You're doing a Lords of Shadow review.
Oh. Okay.
Okay.
What the fuck are you doing?
Helmet, what are you doing here? What happened to you?
You haven't used me in an eternity.
But I haven't used you in like 3 videos.
In the internet, 3 videos is as good as eternity as one can get.
But why are you a skeleton?
So that I may defeat you.
You may defeat me, but can you defeat this?
Harasty.
Ah. You'll never defeat me, Helmet, no matter how much you try. Oh god. Helmet, why? But why? Okay. Castlevania is one of the grand sugar daddies of the gaming industry. On the original Nintendo, alongside franchises like Super Mario Bros. And The Legend of Zelda, Castlevania was one of the best games on the system. Depending on who you ask, of course. Castlevania was always one of my favorites. I mean, look at the game, look at the action, look at the combat, look at the music. Well, not look at the music, listen to the music. NES games are some of my main exceptions to not caring about game soundtracks. And I suppose it goes without saying, the game was really hard too. The Dark Souls of NES. However, as amazing as Castlevania was on the NES, that isn't what I'm here to talk about today. With the recent announcement of Castlevania Requiem, I figured I would take a look at one of my favorite game franchises. Not with Symphony of the Night, one of the games being ported to the PS4, and one of the most renowned games of the franchise. Nope, this time on That Game Review Show, I'm going to be taking a look at Castlevania Lords of Shadow. The year was... well, I don't really know when development of Lords of Shadow started, but the game itself released in 2010. Originally conceived as a full reboot to the Castlevania series, Mercury Steam was hired on by Konami to breathe new life into the franchise due to the declining sales of the other games. So yeah, I'm reviewing another reboot. This one, thankfully, wasn't nearly as divisive as the DMC reboot. This game is more so meant to be a separate continuity to the main games, with no real intention of taking over the course of the series. Or that would be the case if Castlevania hadn't been on hiatus since Lords of Shadow 2 released. These games move around a bunch of the Castlevania lore to fit their own narrative. I won't be going too deep into it here since it doesn't really become relevant until Mirror of Fate. We are, however, immediately introduced to our first change in the lore. Our protagonist in this journey is Gabriel Belmont. As a baby, he was left on the doorstep of the Brotherhood of Light and raised as a warrior, the fiercest they had. Once he grew of age, he took the name Belmont, a sign of his love for the mountains. As the first of the Belmont clan, he takes the place of Leon Belmont from Lament of Innocence.
Who are you?
I am Gabriel. I have traveled here seeking the Guardian of the Lake.
Yes. Thanks to that, I now have the power to defeat you.
Well, that power is quite something. But I am beloved by the night. You will taste my powers.
I'll kill you and the knight!
Gabriel, armed with the Holy Combat Cross, created by the alchemist and weaponsmith Ronaldo Gandolfi, is the most capable warrior the Brotherhood has to offer. The Combat Cross, a handle with a crossguard and a chain coming out of the top, is your main means of attacking in this game. With it, he can do fast, direct attacks, or wider sweeping attacks for crowd control. Pretty standard fare for a hack and slash game. Later on, you get two different types of magic, light magic and shadow magic. Light magic will heal you upon successful attacks, and shadow magic increases your overall attack strength. The introduction of the game takes place in a small village besieged by the wargs, some feral wolf-like creatures. Gabriel defends the village from the threat and is approached by one of the townsmen. Wanting to know where he can find the realm of the old gods, Gabriel is directed deep into the woods.
He will find you. In the forest.
As Gabriel's horse was killed during the attack, he takes the trek on foot. After being saved by the spirit of the woods, Gabriel finds himself face to face with one of the old gods, Pan. Pan, the guardian of the Lake of Oblivion, the point where the dead can commune with the living, not even needing a Ouija board. Gabriel explains to the old god why he sought him out, that God has forsaken them and he needed to speak with his recently deceased wife.
We have been deserted by God. Creatures from the void come to claim the souls of men, to wipe mankind from the face of the earth.
And what of the elders of your order? What do they think?
That God has not abandoned us. They believe that a powerful spell has been unleashed by someone or something. A spell that has isolated our world from the heavens, cutting us off from God, and allowing evil to flourish unchecked.
Why have the Brotherhood of Light sent you to the Lake of Oblivion?
They have dreamt that a message waits for me at this lake. A message that holds a clue to our salvation.
After seeing a vision in which Gabriel ends up stabbing his wife, he is granted access to the lake. And can I just say, this is the most nonchalant, my husband just stabbed me, I have ever seen. Pan allows Gabriel to enter the Lake of Oblivion, where we play a very fast game of Shadow of the Colossus against the Ice Titan. This is very, very Shadow of the Colossus, climbing up a larger-than-life being, stabbing the symbols along its body. Just as Gabriel is set to deliver the killing blow, the Titan knocks Gabriel off. The being is about to crush Gabriel, and at the last moment a mysterious figure comes in and pushes the hand back. The man kills the Titan with one of Gabriel's daggers, and some of the souls of the recently dead peer before their eyes.
Give me your dagger, quickly!
Marie!
Zobek, voiced by Patrick Stewart, explains that he is another warrior sent by the Brotherhood in order to assist Gabriel. Gabriel, sometimes assisted by Zobek, makes his way through the lands of the Lords of Shadow. With each lord defeated, Gabriel acquires a new upgrade for movement and sets off for the next land. However, once in the land of the Necromancers, Gabriel finds the point of power of the land and retrieves the piece of the power he was sent to find out. That being the God Mask. He unites all three pieces of the God Mask, and once he does, Sir Patrick Stewart approaches him. Gabriel welcomes Zobek, but then the twist. Zobek, your companion, ends up being the third and final Lord of Shadow.
Congratulations. You have done well, my friend. I see you have united the powers. Excellent.
We can now end this. Once and for all. Come.
Yes. Let's bring an end to this charade. Finally, it is time for the truth. Let us remove our masks.
You are the Lord of the Necromancers. The final Lord.
Now you begin to understand. Yes, Gabriel. It was I who cast the spell that separated the earth from the heavens. I knew this would force my brothers and sister in heaven to contact the Order here on earth. The prophecy was their little ray of hope in the darkness.
He was manipulating Gabriel from the beginning, wanting the power of the Lords all to himself. Finally, after revealing everything, he executes Gabriel.
Goodbye, old friend.
Zobek, laughing, is then taunted by a mysterious voice, telling him that everything was really the voice's doing. Zobek then catches fire and the smoke forms into a mysterious figure. The figure ends up being Satan, voiced by Lucius Malfoy himself, Jason Isaacs.
Father, I come for you. Before the end, you will bow down to me!
Your parents were meddlesome fools, too. Mark my words, Potter. One day soon, you are going to meet the same sticky end.
Gabriel, who is straight up dead, is brought back to life by the spirits trapped in limbo, somehow. Satan, noticing that Gabriel is alive again, offers him a place at his side. But Gabriel, the pure-hearted hero until the end, rejects Lucifer's offer and the two fight.
Monkeys don't deserve redemption. It is my divine right to rule by his side as an equal, or perhaps more than that.
You would rather rule in power and might than to offer forgiveness and love. This is why you are cast out, unholy one.
You dare to challenge me? You will die for your blasphemy. Your soul belongs to me.
This fight was probably my favorite in the game back when I first beat it, but upon replaying I didn't find it all that great. Gabriel is a straight beast though. He straight up tanks getting stabbed in the fucking stomach with Satan's staff. Gabriel, channeling the power of God, banishes Satan back to hell and frees the souls of the dead. Gabriel sees the soul of his wife, and the two share a sad but sweet goodbye, and once she vanishes, Gabriel cries in grief as the camera pans to the devil mask, and then roll credits. Overall, this game is probably one of my favorites on the PS3, and I was super excited for both Mirror of Fate and Lords of Shadow 2. The gameplay was really fun, and at least when I first played it, was one of the more refreshing hack and slash games. This doesn't really hold any water now, but that's at least how I felt back then. Nowadays, it's at least an enjoyable experience with a pretty good protagonist. The presentation is really good in this game as well. The world and most of the character models look really great, with some minor exceptions. And the music. It's almost a running gag at this point, but yeah, I didn't care about the music much. To my credit this time, the music isn't really all that noticeable. I have pretty low hopes for the Castlevania franchise, honestly. While Konami is releasing Castlevania Requiem, a port of Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night a few days after this video comes out, we haven't had a whole lot in terms of games since Lords of Shadow 2. We did get the anime last year, which was pretty awesome, but that's really it. Speaking of the anime, that is also releasing the same day as Requiem, so I'm really hyped about that.
Dracula has to be destroyed. We can't fail.
Stand back.
We're all gonna die! All of us! Enough!
Thank you so much for watching. I was originally waiting on reviewing the game for a little while, but due to the anime and Requiem being released in a few days, I moved my date for this video up quite a bit. Anyways, come back next week for Terrell's super spooky Halloween episode, and I will see you all next time.